Hi, it's Amanda, Urban Farmer with A.J.E, What We Do, and just wanted to give you a little update as to how our garden is doing. First off, we're going to look at the garlic. So I actually just pulled these bulbs out of the ground, a decent size considering the last couple of years most of them have been like this size here. We actually are getting some bigger bulbs in, which I like to see that. That's always good, so you can kind of see comparison. This was what we got the last couple of years, and now most of them are bigger. I do still have 3 that we're leaving in the ground here, just because these aren't fully, the stalks haven't fully come up yet, so I'm hoping they get a little bit bigger in the ground. But since we just disrupted everything else, they might not, but we're gonna give them a shot. Other thing to kind of look at over here, this is where our zucchini is, and the bugs certainly got into the zucchini even though I put some of this netting up. Obviously I'm not completely tight to the ground, we're a little bit more loose, so unfortunately it looks like we might not have zucchini this year. Maybe a little hit and miss this year with things just because of how the cicada situation is. So you can see my tomatoes are doing okay, the ones I put the wrap over, but the cucumber, I came in here, I did a lot of wrap all over it, and we still lost them to bugs. So unfortunately, not sure if I'm gonna have cucumbers this year. My cilantro is doing okay. You can also see something's been after my potato plants. So unfortunately, I won't know until we get into the ground later on, but I'm not entirely sure I'm gonna have potatoes this year. And then the strawberries, I've come through and picked the strawberries, so now we're just letting the leaves take in any nutrients, so we're gonna leave those alone, but we have already harvested our strawberries for the year. Coming over to this side, the acorn squash is looking really plentiful, so the bugs that we apparently have this year don't really care for those. And then my little pumpkin is starting to climb up. I love when it does that. It's always so interesting. These start so small and yet they really do take over this whole area. And then coming over this way, so we protected the beans over here and the peas. Those seem to be doing all right. They're growing. You can see that there's flowers coming in on the green beans. So that's great to see. And then our peas are climbing up, so they're looking for parts to grab, so that's good. That means they're good and healthy. Our romaine is doing pretty good over here, and the spinach seems to be doing all right. Actually, the romaine's doing good over here too, so these bugs don't care for romaine like they do the kale, which is unfortunate. Gus really likes kale, so I'm not sure I'm gonna have too much of that for the boy this year. Now over here is the corn. Corn's doing great. They say knee-high by 4th of July, and we are end of June. We're definitely knee-high and getting taller. So that's looking great. And then we're gonna come over to this side where we also have the corn on the side of the garage. This is also doing all right. We had planted this, it'll be a couple weeks after the other corn that we have there. See, I need to come in here and do some weeding. I'm trying to get rid of a lot of the weeds over here, but some of it's poking through that cardboard. So this corn though is looking pretty good, and it should be knee-high by 4th of July as well. So even though we had done it kind of one row, then another row the following week, and a row after that, these are all looking pretty good. I also have over here, one of the beans is coming through on this side. None of the other ones seem to have come in. So I took those little posts that I had to indicate where the beans were, and I'm using those to help hold up the corn stalks. These ones, because they're younger, we had a bad storm yesterday, a lot of wind, and I didn't even water today. You can see how saturated the ground is, and it's evening here, but yeah, I'm using those to just kind of help hold them up until they get a little bit taller, like the ones that we have over here, because these are standing up good and strong on their own. So we're going to keep an eye on them, see if we can do better corn this year than we did last year. So that's just a little update on the garden. This was Amanda with A.J.E, What We Do. I'll talk to you later.